Hello students, welcome to Vyas Education Kota. In this series of NCERT discussion, we will be continuing further with Mathematics class 11th, and the chapter that we are dealing with is straight lines. It is time to deal with exercise number 10.3 now, and exercise number 10.3 is kind of an application based exercise, application of the concepts of various types of equations of straight lines, and how do you use various types of equations, various forms of equations of straight line to solve questions of let's say general equation of straight lines, right? How do you find the x-intercept, how do you find the y-intercept, how do you find the slope, and related questions based on those things, right? A few more important concepts were discussed in theory with respect to this particular exercise, that is distance of a point from a line, and some other, let's say there were some examples based on finding the image of a point in some particular line. So all of those things will be covered here one by one. So along with the questions, we'll be discussing the concepts as well. So let's begin with the first question now. The first question says that reduce the following equations into slope-intercept form, and find their slopes and the y-intercepts, right? Now what is slope-intercept form? If you may recall, slope-intercept form for this x-axis, this y-axis, and this line which has this y-intercept as c, and slope of this line is m, the equation will be y is equal to mx plus c. So for writing any equation in slope-intercept form, you have to bring y on the left hand side and rest everything on the right hand side. The coefficient of mx will give me the slope and the constant term will give me the y-intercept, right? Bring y on the left hand side. This is the form in which we want to finally bring any equation that comes in front of us, right? So reducing the equations into slope-intercept form, that implies in the first part, what you have is x plus 7y is equal to 0. So let's bring y on one side and the rest things on the other side. This is minus x, okay, and dividing by 7, this becomes minus 1 by 7x, okay, and plus at max you will have a 0 over here, right? So this is the idea behind this. And after reducing into the slope-intercept form, we are supposed to find the slopes and y-intercept. Now slope is, as you can clearly observe, slope, that is value of m will be minus 1 upon 7, that is the coefficient of x, and the y-intercept, after reducing in this form, y-intercept is denoted by this c, which is simply equal to 0 over here. This is what we have, right? Slope denoted by m is minus 1 by 7 and y-intercept is 0 for this first part, as you can clearly see, right? Let's deal with the next part after this. What do we have? Second part says that you have 6x plus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. So we'll keep terms of y on one side, rest everything on the other side. This is what you get, right? Dividing by 3 further will tell me that this becomes minus 2x plus 5 upon 3, and this here is the slope, this here will be the y-intercept, right? Therefore m is equal to minus 2 and c is equal to 5 by 3 are the respective slopes and y-intercepts correspondingly. What about the third part? Let's deal with the third part after that. The third part says that you have this equation y equals 0. Okay, now that's interesting. You already have a y on the left hand side and you have everything else on the right hand side, nothing else. Basically this is simply 0. So I can write it as actually 0 times x plus 0. Please observe this carefully. I am writing this as this. Is that okay? Yes. So slope is 0 and the y-intercept is also 0. That's what you can guess on the basis of this equation, right? That's what we have in this first question, as you can clearly see behind me.